Hey Scorpio, welcome back to the One Akashic. I'm Natalia, and I'm doing your bonus tarot reading for right now in love. Okay, so we're looking at your feelings and we're looking at your person's feelings here. And this is a really unusual reading because a lot of people came out in your person's side. So I think that your person is thinking about all of the moving pieces of being with you, and that you guys might have a very complicated situation in order to be with each other. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't scrap this reading because this is somebody's message, but I'm going to be honest with you. This reading is not going to resonate with everyone. Okay. Let's look at your person's feelings first, and then we'll look at yours. Okay. So your person, the cards that came up as your person's feelings for you are the Emperor, the Hermit, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. All right. I'm going to try my best. This is a really tough tarot reading. The Emperor is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune was clarified by the Seven of Wands and the Four of Wands. Okay. So, and also by the Queen of Pentacles. Now, Scorpio, I think that this is probably a message for male or female Scorpios, but for sure you're dealing with a female and you're dealing with a mom and you're dealing with somebody who's probably in a committed relationship, has a baby daddy, or is married. Okay. The Emperor is coming up as your person's person. And when asking what your person thinks of you, your person is also thinking about this other person because it has to do with you also. With the Wheel of Fortune clarifying the Emperor, I think it's saying that your person is in a cycle with another person. All right. Likely, a spouse, or, like a parent, a co-parent, or, an actual other parent. And that sometimes things are good in that relationship and sometimes things are not. But your person is feeling like this is a union that probably needs to be protected, okay? With the Seven of Wands here and the Four of Wands, this person is like, all right, I got to protect my family. And part of that family is this person that they have this family with. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles energy. So this is somebody, maybe a working parent. This is somebody that, very much is a family person. This person loves their family, Scorpio, okay? So then we've got the Hermit, and I think the Hermit is actually coming up as your person. That they're thinking about themselves and they're thinking about you. And the Queen of Swords is coming up, and I think that's also your person, okay? It could be you, actually. All right. So the Hermit here is clarified by the Knight of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Ten of Wands. So right now, at this moment, I feel like, Scorpio, your person is like, I'm going within. I'm really soul searching this. I really got to figure out what's right here. And this isn't just somebody trying to sit down and plan it out logically. Even though they really want to go forward with this with you, they must have very strong feelings for you. This person is consulting their intuition to see whether this is the right direction to go in. And they are looking at the burden of leaving behind what they have already to start something new with you. Now, Scorpio, I think you're coming in as the Queen of Swords here. You may have Libra in your chart. And the Queen of Swords is clarified by the World, the Chariot, and the Emperor, straight up. This is you telling this person, end this cycle with this person, do it and move forward with this action away from the Emperor. Because remember, the Emperor showed up. So your person knows, even if you haven't told them, your person knows that that's what you want, okay? And then we've got the Queen of Wands here. So the Queen of Wands here is coming up with Empress energy. So I really think this is actually the same person. They're thinking about themselves and maybe the roles that they played in this, drama. Your person knows that they seduced you, okay? This person is like, I'm a seductress. I seduced this person. And with the Empress here, I think this person, Scorpio is thinking about you in that way. Like, God, you know, Scorpio brings this feeling out of me, this feeling of fertility, this feeling of abundance. And this person might even feel like knowing you, opens up their world in many ways, like not just sexually, not just romantically, but like it inspired them to move into their most powerful selves. And that, I really think that because it's clarified by the Magician, this person feels like you awakened in them abilities that had, for whatever reasons, lay dormant. I think this person is saying that, like, through the conflict of being with you, like, they grew stronger. But I do feel like this person is really, really, really stuck at a crossroads here about what is the best thing to do. Even if you did communicate this to them, that you want them, you know, to be with you, Scorpio, this person is not dumb. They don't know. They're really trying to weigh the options here. Now let's look at your feelings, okay? We've got the Three of Pentacles and the Judgment, and the Judgment is clarified by the World. Wow. So Scorpio, Judgment is Scorpio energy. You're showing up here. Also, the World is usually surrounded in, you know, fixed signs, which is you too. And you know, wow. All right. So Scorpio, you want to build a new foundation with somebody. This person also could be somebody you work with or lives in your community. And you're making a judgment too, Scorpio, because I don't think you've told this person anything yet. And I think the judgment you're making is like, do I really go forward with this? Do I tell this person this? And the judgment may also be that you want a reconciliation with this person. Maybe you guys are on the outs right now and you're not, some of you maybe are not talking to each other, and others of you maybe have not resumed an affair, a relationship, whatever it might be, because your person is in a committed relationship, okay? But regardless of that, in order to start a cycle with this person, you want another cycle to end most likely. Or you could just be starting a new cycle. Or you could be ending the cycle with this person too. But with Judgment there, I think there's more of a lean towards reconciliation. Also, the Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. So Scorpio, probably with this person, but most likely in general, you're not looking just to fuck around. You want to fuck around with this person with the Ace of Wands there, but you are looking for the real love. You're looking for somebody, you want depth in your relationship. You're tired of, you know, meeting people. Maybe you're tired of the online experience, and whatever you endeavor to do now, it's got to be the real thing, I think. And also Scorpio, with the Ten of Pentacles here, I feel like you're very much focused on your money and like your wellness in life, and you just want somebody to do that with. And this is a really complicated situation. So, I mean, maybe that World card really is you being like, yo, I can't fuck with this anymore. Though, however, the Judgment is clarified by the Eight of Wands and the Justice. So remember how I told you you were showing up as the Queen of Swords in your reading? That might be you saying, like, we have to talk about the equity here. We have to talk about, you know, bringing balance to this situation. And it seems like you want to talk about it, you know, you really want to discuss this. There's an emphasis when that eight of Wands shows up here. And like I said, with the Justice here, you know, you may be discussing the possibility of like a divorce or something like that. You know what I just realized, Scorpio? For some of you, since I feel you're showing up as the Queen of Swords, it may be you that has to move out of a relationship in order to be with somebody else. Maybe there's somebody that you need to leave behind. Scorpios, yes. You know what? For the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, you guys could be showing up as the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. You could have air and earth in your chart. And there may be somebody that you need to leave behind that's either in this situation or you're in the situation, you got to leave someone behind. All right, so the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands in your feelings is clarified by the Sun in reverse and also the Ace of Cups. So you had a lot of love for somebody, okay? You may also be working on some, you know, like inner child issues, but I just feel like you're feeling like this is never going to work, even though I have all this love, you know, and this person is the light of my life. I just don't see this working out. The Ace, what was it? The Justice? Yeah, the Justice is clarified by, I'm sorry, your reading is so confusing, Scorpio. Justice is clarified by the Page of Swords and the Nine of Wands. I really feel like, actually, it wasn't the Justice that was clarified by that. The Eight of Wands had two cards to clarify. It was the Sun in reverse and the Page of Wands in reverse. So you got the Page of Wands in reverse here to clarify the Eight of Wands and the Nine of Wands. So Scorpio, I feel like you're like, I'm not taking any shit. I'm not being manipulated. And I think what this is really saying, because I do think you feel like this person manipulates you. I think what you're really saying here is like, if I don't get what I want, I'm going to be really upset. Like, I'm not taking any shit here. I want exactly what I want. With the Nine of Wands there, the Nine of Wands is about the wounded warrior, somebody who has been knocked down many times but is willing to keep going. So I do feel like that I feel like you're not going to give up, actually. And I feel like you won't be manipulated either. You really want to express yourself. You're probably going to come off incorrect because Scorpios can do that, but yeah, I think you're the one that wants to do the talking here, and I think you want justice. Okay, so guys, let me get just a few cards to clarify what could happen here, because this is a very complicated situation. All right. What's going to happen between Scorpio and this person? That was quick. The Seven, you're going to wait. You're going to wait for this person. That's what I was getting from the Nine of Wands. Even though your energy is like angry, you're going to wait until this person does what they need to do or makes a decision. Scorpio, you must really love this person, because Scorpio, waiting. We got 2 sevens, 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords. Wow, Scorpio, you're really making me work today. Give me one for the 7 of Swords, please. Okay, we got 2. It's almost like, Scorpio, you're going to wait and you're going to keep seeing this person. You got the Hermit and the 5 of Wands. It's like this situation is to be continued. There's not an answer in the universe for this, I think. Scorpio, you need to have this talk with this person, okay? If this reading resonated with you, hit like and subscribe. Peace.